I think they want to be able to match. Jace in this game one does also mean that Gwen starts to get a little bit more priority, as that's another champion that usually we should be able to push her around very early on.
Of course, the Dragon will go over on the bottom side to the red side, as we've really seen a complete reallocation of where these lane assignments have been going for AL. They're playing it very creatively, and honestly, I feel like they're getting the better end of things overall.
Minor gold advantages for their side. JDG hoping that they can get some Drake stacking.
4v4 for now. Ala's going to match, but he has a teleport of his own if anyone's Legends want to contest, and I don't think they're going to really do so. I think a little cheeky here with some sort of miracle smite steal away from Tarzan. We're going to see him kind of run into the pit, and they're going to run straight actually into the arms of Shanks. Fight is opened up here. Missing gets a flash away. Now the Pop Blossom will land on a 2. Tarzan in a little bit of trouble. Hero's entrance comes out and knocks up Missing. First blood secured here by AL. Hope is the one who picks it up, but it's a trade on the other side as the Zinzao will drop. Hope in some trouble. Jun jumping over top of him. It's already JDG. Pick it up 2. Pick it up 3. As Jun will find the kill on the Hope.
And that'll be also the Grubs being split here by JDG and AL, as JDG come alive in this fight, finally being able to grab them. I think AL just being a little too hasty.
Down about 1,000 gold. They lose the Grubs anyway. They don't even get one back. And now the target is a Dragon. It's at half HP. Tarzan in the area still. Flandre now available to join a fight around the bottom side. Gonna be a smite steal. Oh, Tarzan will take it away.
Wow.
Just have the better hands on the day is the Anyone's Legend jungler. Man, there's just a lot of posturing, a lot of scuffling. Nobody's going to go fully forward, but finally Tarzan does. The Oran Horn is sounded. It'll knock up Tarzan, but not do any damage to him. And now he's completely isolated and taken down as Pays lands the final shot. And now Kyle in a little bit of trouble too. Pop Blossom comes out, not finding Hope, but Shanks will fall the same. It's a double kill over to Pays. Now Hope going to be the target, the third shot, and the fourth will connect. The barrier used in response, and it will mean that Hope will live.
You know, those are so much better. I love throwing nuclear bomb Nunu into the back line. JDG, now they had this down at 5,000. The Realm Warp is coming in. Galio can enter with ult.
Missing. He has to flash away. He uses both of his summoner spells. Now looking to re-engage. Tango Barbs goes wide. Now Flandre could be isolated. Gets knocked up by the Searing Charge. Gonna try to get followed up here by Shanks, and the Hero's entrance will come down. Pop Blossom only landing in on the Zinzao, who now pops the Crescent Guard. Two-man taunt comes in from Shanks. And now AL coming back in his team fight, but on the back line, it's still Ala stuck in a 1v3. He tries to dash away, but will not be able to find anything. Pays finally gets one back, but he has to use a lot of his mobility to try and escape from the might of Anyone's Legend.
For the Herald, they're going to try and grab themselves mid-tier 1.
And there's just not enough damage right now from JDG's bot lane to try to stop this one. Missing gets taunted up by Shanks and gets bursted down by the lethality. Varus Hope picks up his third kill of the game.
Cooldowns.
And the one kill actually went over to Missing on that one. The 4-shot took Tarzan to like 5 HP, and it took one auto attack from Missing to finish him off. So he gets the kill credit there. Not the best situation for JDG off of that play. And now Missing could get caught out again. He gets hit by the Chain of Corruption.
He is getting very close to the unkillable Rise status that we had set up from draft.
The question is, can Scout position well enough in these fights to be useful? We've seen him have these big leads in some of the losses that JDG have suffered recently. And it's not necessarily that he can't get the leads, it's that he can't necessarily utilize them to the best effect.
One to Pays. We have upgraded Youmuu's Ghostblade. All right, AL, let's see this turret dive, brother. We're sending him in. Oh, we're getting multiple teleports. Avenger beams.
Okay, everybody's coming into the party. Even the Realm Warp comes through from Scout. He's going to use it to yeet himself on out of there. But now Ala is caught out. 5 members of AL suddenly have converged on the top side of the map, and they have taken down the Ornn. Sean has to jump away. Lewin becomes lightning, already landing on top of him. Here comes Kaya with the Rift Herald, but he goes just a little bit too far forward.
Sean as well has the Call of the Pact.
Takes a long time to
kill this thing. He's going to get in. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit here. I think they're a little bit worried. Current Call's opened up, and Scout is coming through.
Just has his flash available. Scout joining the area as well. The health bars are suddenly so low. Tarzan has to flash away, but he goes right into the overload of Scout. Scout has found his moment. He's found his opportunity, and he's found himself a triple kill against Anyone's Legend.
They're going to finish this off. JDG, hey, Home Arena maybe giving them a little bit of a buff here. They'll have false lives for 2 minutes. Baron will spawn in 1, and Scout finally has that moment on Rise where he's able to take over a team fight.
Oh, man, that must feel good for Scout. Seeing another wave crash in with right now. Missing. Dude, can they count? This is the question. Can AL count? It looks like they will be able to, as the Tier 2 tower does go down. Baron now up on the table. We're suddenly going to become a top contender. But then it was losses, it seemed like FPX and then Weibo. But this could be a return to glory against one of the best teams that we have in the LPL. But Scout gets taunted up by Shanks. He's going to get potentially knocked up. He has to flash away from the hero's entrance, but it still knocks up 2 members of JDG, all at half HP. Here comes the Ornhorn. It knocks up just the Jace, and the 4th shot will not find its mark from Pays. Here comes the engage from Shun, but he gets yeeted all the way away. He goes in target, will try to keep himself alive, finally flashes out as well. Pays still at full HP. Shun gets the first kill, and Hope is down. Flandre the next to follow, but he gets shielded up, but gets locked down by the deadly flourish of Pays. That is 3 down for JDG, and only Tarzan and Kyle are left alive.
Oh no, AL, they're going to falter. They're going to potentially win this game now from the side of JDG. They got minion waves. They even have ultimate for Rise here. So they can immediately teleport this into the Nexus turrets.
This could very well be it without a Baron buff even be taken. There's the Realm Warp in. Tarzan's got to do the unthinkable. He dashes into 1v5 but only picks up 1. And one of them is not Pays. He does so much damage to these minions. Scout does as well. They're on to the Nexus. And JD Gaming pick up game number 1 over AL. It might not be the Poppy top lane at all. We might be getting Flandre on the Nidalee. So that is actually going to be the trade here. Interesting situation we have signed up for ourselves here.
Just so they can have complete access to this top side. Tarzan, he's going to walk in blind. Has to be careful. He has to know that their bottom lane can be here. Tarzan's going to round the corner.
Tarzan connects. There goes Jun with the twisted advance as well. Tarzan in a lot of trouble. And he will go down in his own jungle. First blood to Pays.
You had the missing pings there. Tarzan gets punished, and this is now 2 games in a row where Tarzan has a bit of a funky start to the game. We'll see if AL can screen them away from this wave. Pays is just stepping up 1v2, man.
Yeah, he's playing really aggressive, and he can do so with Shun in the area. The 3-man pull only going to delay the inevitable as Kyle will drop to Shun. 2-0 early on at JDG.
Pull him out. Shanks does have priority and level 6 in the mid wave, so seems like instead AL will have their timer to go for grubs.
Okay, so what could have been even more disastrous here for anyone's legend they end up getting a little bit of something back, as the grubs should be able to be fully secured with a reset coming on through for Shun. Shanks also able to get a free reset off by clearing this mid lane wave in. But the Dragon probably the next priority for both of these teams.
All right. Flandre, Tarzan entering from the bottom side. Hope and Kyle from the top side. Who do they turn on? How do they make this play?
Oh,
wow.
The dredge line goes wide. It does not hit the wall. Oh, no, but Tarzan will take him away right as Ola will come in with the unstoppable onslaught. 2-man pull will connect, and that'll be a double kill going over to Pays, who is becoming very powerful here in this game. The spear doesn't land the dragon, and it will be JDG picking it up.
Hope originally as well, so getting some revenge there as JDG are going to grab themselves the other half of these grubs. AL take control of mid here. It's going to be tough for JDG to walk back in. We're getting an engage.
Tarzan jumps in, followed up by the killer instinct from Hope. Jun is at half HP, throws out the nature's grasp, but Tarzan is actually the one who is a little bit lower in this fight right now. Scout goes forward. Drills with the play to stay sealed. Only onto Kyle, and now he gets stunned right into the wall. Here comes the re-engage, though, and Ola's on the way. Choo-choo goes the Scion. 3 for 1 in favor of JDG, and Shanks will go down and make it 4. Pays gets the final blow. It is JD Gaming running away with game number 2.
You know, there's the top 2 teams in AL and TS, and then everybody else really playing for their lives is now trying to deny Nidalee this one wave. Maybe they try to make a dive. Scout
sealed. Goes on to Flandre. He's able to jump away from the potential follow-up, but the rest of JDG is just here. Tarzan's keeper's verdict doesn't find a damn thing, and that's 9-1 now in favor of the red side.
To be frank, it's not worth all that much. Ola gets a little bit of time in top lane, so they'll miss out on that. And AL gonna have to take a pittance prize, which is a single Ocean Drake.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. At least just yet. They're down 3,000 gold now as that deficit continues to balloon. And now for AL, you're really looking at Shanks and Hope to try to do something, but it's just going to be so long until they get into a spot where they can meaningfully contest the likes of Pays right now on this Xayah.
It looks like they're going to return to this side of the map. And after that, I mean, you'll have Nautilus Ultimate, you have Shun as well with the Nature's Grasp. Pays 100% KP this game. They are just straight up playing Kog'Maw comp right now. Protect the President. Let Pays take over this game. They're going to be looking for a really strong Poppy engage, though.
Tarzan, keeper's verdict. Can he knock Shun away out of the pit? No. Misses that. And that should be it. It was a swing and a miss from Tarzan. As now they're looking for the engage. Oh, what a pull from Kyle. It knocks up 3. Will it be enough, though, as he's way far ahead of the rest of his team? The keeper's verdict was already utilized, so Tarzan doesn't have any opportunity there. Pays will take down Kyle. And now Ala has joined the fight. The Unstoppable Onslaught lands on a 2, but there's no follow-up here, as now anyone's legend should be on the retreat.
And we are seeing the damage that Shanks can do, but the rest of AL are not in position. Tarzan, unfortunately, that keeper's verdict almost landed. I'll give him that one. Okay, Pays no ultimate.
They're going to try to lock down Pays. Oh, what the synergy! Heroic charge straight into the Emperor's Divide, and it's Hope picking up the shutdown onto the main carry of JD Gaming. That could be what gets AL back in this game, but there's still so many more steps to climb. It'll be probably the signal for AL to just maybe collapse here onto the Scion instead. Here goes Flandre, the Dragon already secured. But now the fight's back on the other side. Stick out, looking to land the knockup. Shanks is caught out here with the fate sealed, but a big shuffle back is only going to pick up 1, but it's a trade as it will be Scout falling in return. Flandre's arrived. It's going to be Hope trying to save this game. Here, Pays will go down, and Hope is still alive for AL. Finally, the spear connects. Anyone's legend coming back in this team fight somehow, some way. The last target is Ala. He will go down as well. It's another one picked up for Flandre, and an ace for anyone's legend.
Okay, the Nidalee made work happen. Same thing with this Poppy. The bounce house from anyone's legend comes up clutch. And now, how much more can AL get from the rest of the map? It'll be at least the mid lane tier 1. JDG still were able to grab that turret.
Hope to really position himself nicely in that 5v5, and all of a sudden, gold lead back to even. Now it's going to get slightly tilted back in favor of JDG with this tier 1 turret in the mid lane getting taken down by the Rift Herald. But
for this, Missing is going to play bodyguard.
It's too
half
late,
down at 7. It's 5,000 HP, but can they get all the blood roses?
Okay, it's picked up right now. The trade could be missing as he pops the Unbreakable Will. Fully charged Q comes through from the Scion. And it looks like all the blood roses will be collected here for JDG. They're now up 33 in that department. The trade will be missing on the other side.
Generate enough of a gold lead for yourself, you're very happy with this state of the game. Instead, they're going to try to cut them off in mid. Ala now teleporting to hold this wave. They're going to try to pincer as well. Missing and Shun are playing bodyguard.
Could be a collapse. Kyle going to start the engage, pop the Unbreakable Will, but he's not going to survive for very long. Shun in some trouble. The shield, no, he gets taken away by Tarzan again. And now it's Shanks getting soloed up by Ala. He used to flash away from the Unstoppable Onslaught. And now underneath the Sun Disc, AL go. Nobody has died so far in the fight, but the health bars are certainly on JD Gaming's side. And they're on the wrong side of the map as well. AL forced to run. There's the flash dredge line. There comes the depth charge onto Shanks. He's forcing a goal to Mikhail. The first to fall. Flandre next to follow. And Scout gonna come through with the fate sealed. It's gonna be 4 dead. Tarzan the 5th. A clean ace for JD Gaming.
As the big purple worm is gonna fall. Soul Point on their side. Otacon in their pockets. And JDG, with how close this game is looking, are still in control.
Player that he did not want to hit. That is just so either unfortunate or just not good. As Tarzan has not had himself a great series. It's been uncharacteristic of this player that has really carried this AL roster.
Uncharacteristic unless you're watching him at Worlds. Then, you know.
Yeah.
Tarzan's dead,
Speaking of, he's dead. Once again, Kyle lands a 3-man knockup, but nobody's there to follow up at all. Flandre is just in base right now. It's just him and the rest of his carries that are going to try to have to save this game in a 3v5 situation. Scout going back to base. He's going to teleport right back in to regen and make sure he's at full strength to try to 2-0 anyone's legends. Decimating Smash lands in onto Hope. There's no hope right now for
Shanks
AL.
is gone.
Shanks just goes down. It's Flandre and Hope against the world, but it's JDG gonna come out on top. They bounce back in the biggest way, and they will 2-0 one of the top teams we have in the LPL.
All right, Hope's trying to fly on forward. He's gonna fall. And in 2 games, both around 28 minutes, JDG, who had just floundered on a 3-loss streak, who had just lost their main coach, are going to play games in the base of AL and are going to win on home court territory.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.